Today we are talking about Asia Bibi case in TAC TV News and Views. Asia Bibi is acquitted from Supreme Court of Pakistan regarding allegations of blasphemy. She is free from jail, but lots of protests are going on in Pakistan. We are joined with MP Garnett Genuis. Garnett, what is your take on Asia Bibi's case decision from Supreme Court of Pakistan, since you are dealing many cases around the globe regarding Christians minorities persecutions?
Well, this is very exciting news. It's exciting news for minority communities, but I think exciting news for all Pakistanis as well as the Canadian Pakistani community. Many people who grew up in Pakistan remember a tolerance environment where different communities live together well, and that's very much the history and legacy of the country. And obviously, there's threats from extremist elements that we've seen in recent years. But this is, I think, a hopeful step that maybe those pushing back against extremism who want Pakistan to come back to its historic roots of pluralism and of communities living together will be the direction things will go. Of course, there's more work to be done, and there's a need for reform to the blasphemy law, and I think other steps that would be constructive. But the acquittal of Asia Bibi is a very positive step. I note in particular the words of the Chief Justice in his ruling. He said tolerance is the basic principle of Islam, and he said Islam is also very tough on those who level false allegations of a crime. So those are very encouraging words to come from such a senior person in terms of this case, but also in terms of those general sentiments.
As the Supreme Court's Chief Justice said that tolerance is the basic principle of Islam, but on the other hand, on ground realities, we are witnessing hundreds and thousands of people protesting across Pakistan and showing their intolerance towards this decision. What is your concern about that happening?
Well, it's concerning to see these protests, but and you mentioned the numbers, hundreds of thousands. Those are obviously big numbers, but I recognize as well that there are many people who feel differently, who agree with the Chief Justice and who want to see reform to the blasphemy law, who want to see a more tolerant, pluralistic country, and maybe some of those people have been afraid to speak out because of threats from extremists. We know, for example, Salman Taseer and Shabazz Bhatti being assassinated in large part because of their advocacy on the Asia Bibi case, and hopefully this acquittal will help more Pakistanis to be able to have their voices heard in favor of again a return to Pakistan's historic legacy of pluralism, of recognition of the important role that minorities play in the life of the country.
Given the huge protests against this decision in Pakistan, how much are you concerned about the safety of Asia Bibi, her family, and the Christian community in general in Pakistan?
Well, yes, continue to have big concerns about the safety of Christians. I mean, the ongoing reality of the blasphemy law is that it frequently can be used for settling personal disputes. When you have, as happened in the case of Asia, somebody making a false allegation, totally uncorroborated in terms of its substance, but that can lead to somebody having to spend a long time in prison or potentially worse, just because of a personal vendetta. So these are big ongoing issues, which mean that the issue will not, in a bigger way, be solved until we see substantive reforms of the blasphemy law. In terms of the safety of Asia Bibi and her own family, I'm hopeful that appropriate accommodations can be made for that, whether that's in the country or outside of the country. And I think other countries should be willing to be supportive as part of that process.
In the past, I remember in previous Conservative government. The government at the time helped to bring a similar case, Rimsha Masih and family, to Canada.
Yes.
Do you hear anything from the current government? Is there any effort going on to bring Asia Bibi and her family to Canada?
I'm not sure what steps the government may or may not have taken, but I think Canada offering asylum in this case would be a very appropriate step. You know, there is precedent for that, as we've seen in the past, and given the high-profile nature of this case, I think offering asylum elsewhere would make a lot of sense. I think that's a positive role that Canada could play. In terms of what conversations may have happened with this government yet, I'm not sure, but I would be certainly happy to add my voice to those who see asylum in Canada as a positive option.
Thank you, MP Garnett Genuis, for your views on this very important issue.
My pleasure. Thank you, and thank you to all your listeners for being engaged with this. And I am, as I say, I know there's more work that needs to be done, but I am very encouraged by this news and hopeful that it will be followed by further good news and further positive steps in the life of a country that we all care very much about.
Those were the views of MP Garnett Genuis on Asia Bibi case.